this is a process in which we would go through stages. There were the members of the assembly were themselves divided into 3 different standing committees. And so you were a member of the assembly, you were assigned to a particular one of these 3 standing committees. So the way the assembly was composed was by assigning headings or titles to the various committees and calling for them to bring a draft proposal to the floor of the assembly for debate. And so the first step was that subcommittee or that standing committee. And that standing committee, again, would typically be composed of anywhere from 20 to 30 members at any given time. What they would do then is together would bring to the assembly their draft. They would read the draft before the floor of the assembly as all members were convened, and then debate would aspire. And in that course, it would then be modified on the floor of the assembly based on the votes and whether or not there were any amendments proposed. And then it would either be recommitted for further changes and consideration. It would be approved. It would be amended, one of those possibilities. If it was approved, it then moved on to the wording committee. This wording committee was probably the most significant contributor to the Confession of Faith as we know it today. Wow. Much of the beauty and the symmetry of the Confession of Faith, we have to give credit to the wording committee for it, because it was a daunting task at times, because here you had, on average, 70 different clerics arguing on the floor of the assembly. You had multiple committees creating their own reports. The opportunity for there being a wide variety of changes and nuanced differences was really quite real. So trying to bring consistency to such a wide variety of individuals and writing styles was an important part of the wording committee. And so they were given that task, and it was, again, phenomenal how much they would sometimes bring to bear on the final text, which again shows that there was considerable amount of latitude given to the wording committee in bringing about the final version. But yet, in the end, every change made by the wording committee had to again be brought before the assembly, read, and approved by the whole.